Hi guys, it's Tanya. I am going to show you guys today how to make a really cute Halloween wreath. So I've been trying really hard to get to this, and I've been so busy, guys. It's really hard when you work full time and then you're a mom on top of it and a wife, and so I'm apologizing, but I'm trying to hurry this out for you guys so that you can go ahead and get these, because the supplies right now are at Hobby Lobby. And they're not on sale. Hobby Lobby doesn't put their Halloween stuff on sale until like right before Halloween, and I mean like the day or two before, so it kind of stinks a little bit. But let me show you what I'm going to use. And I'm going to use some ribbon from there, and I'm going to use some ribbon from the Dollar Tree, because I found some beautiful ribbon from Dollar Tree. So, okay, so I have my wreath frame here, and I think this is a 16-inch. Let me see, is it? It is. So it's just the Halloween Crafts, and it's $6.99, and it's just a work wreath is what it says, for 16 inches. And the reason I like this is because they already have these attachments here on, and it makes it so much easier to make like a poofy wreath. So that's going to be my base. And then I also went ahead and grabbed this Halloween web fabric ribbon, okay? And this is 18 inches by 10 yards. So I'm going to use this to work around my whole wreath. And anyway, I'm going to start with that. So I'm just going to show you guys what I do. So I'm going to go ahead and open this all up and show you. This is going to get a little bit of glitter everywhere, so just don't mind that. So you're going to take the first bit, and this is going to be gathered. So I'm actually going to let this fall on the floor. And you guys can grab any, you can use any ribbon that you want, or any, material that you want. But this is just what I really think will be really cute. I really want this to be a Nightmare Before Christmas, pretty much Jack Skellington kind of a wreath, because that's what my kids love. It's their favorite. And so, of course, I want something that they're going to enjoy as well. So the first part you just take a few inches on the very first part, and we're going to start on this outer edge here. And I'm just going to start right here. It doesn't really matter where. I'm just taking these and I'm opening them up, if you can see, like that. And I am just going to kind of tuck this down and then just twist, give these a few twists just to hold it in this spot. Now you don't want to tie it too much. We're going to be opening these up and adding more and more things to it as we go. So I'm just going to show you guys a few of these, because I think it'll take too long, and I don't want you guys to be bored. So I'm going to try really hard to show you. Now I just have a 12-inch ruler here. And I actually want these to be about 14 inches. So I'm going from the spot here that we tied it down. And I'm just going to measure. That's the 12 inches. And I'm just going to go a couple extra inches from that. And then that's going to be my next poof. And that's how I know how to make my next poof. Okay? And then I'm just going to poof this out and kind of go right where I'm pinched. Hopefully you guys can see that. Right where I'm pinching it. I'm going to go down in between the next set. And I'm going to tie it. Just do a couple twists. That's it. Okay, and we can organize this and make it pretty later. Right now we're just going to work our way around the outside and then the inside, okay? So that's all I'm going to do. Just like I showed you, this is super easy, and I think you guys will really like this. So I'm going to do the next thing just the same way that I did before. So I'm just going to, again, my ribbon's on the floor, so that's how I like it. I just let it roll there. I'm just taking it from the tie area, and I'm just measuring it out again, because I just like it to be even. So that's why I measure. You guys are welcome to eyeball it if you want to, but I'm just a little bit weird like that, and I have to have everything beautifully done. At least in my head it's beautifully done. And so I'm going to pull this up, the next one, and where I've measured it, I'm just pinching it again, and I'm just going to twist it. And I'm just doing this a couple times. It doesn't have to hold it yet. And I'm just going to keep working my way. You guys can see how this is kind of poofing and already looking really cute. That's how I'm going to do it. And that's one of the reasons why I picked this spider web, because I think this will go with the Nightmare Before Christmas kind of a theme. So I'm just going to continue and do this all the way around. So here we go. Okay, let me go to the next one here. This is a little bit messy, like I said, with this glitter, but I think it's really pretty. I don't mind that, especially because once it sits at the door, it'll kind of blow a little bit anyway, and most of that will go away, so I don't worry about that. And this is just how I'm doing it, like I said. And I'm seriously just going to go all the way around this, doing exactly the same thing. And I'm not too worried about, oops, let me get this going. Not too worried right now about how it looks, because after we're done, I'm going to be adding quite a few embellishments and things. So after I'm done there, then we can poof everything out how we want it, and make it look really nice. Let's do a couple twists. I'm just turning it to keep it in frame. You guys wouldn't have to do that necessarily, because you could just, you could be above it. I'm just trying to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to measure this again. And I really do feel like you need to measure, but again, you guys do what you feel, you know? So I just like to do it this way because I've done it before without measuring, and I feel like it just turned out to be a hot mess, you know. And I'm not organizing this, like I said. I'm waiting. I'll wait till after. I'm just gonna go show you guys how to do this all the way around. This is, you could do any size of wreath you wanted to do, of course, just using the same techniques as I'm showing you here. And I hope that you guys find this useful, because maybe you already know. Anyway, it might give you guys an idea though, you know. So that's all I'm doing, just pinching and doing a couple twists. I'm going to be reopening these up and putting more things in them, so that's why I'm not too worried right now about, you know, anything like that. I'm actually going to just, these are kind of bugging me a bit, so I'm just going to stick these outer ones out. There we go. And I hope you guys can see. I'm trying to watch the viewfinder as I do this as well, so I'm a little bit slower than normal. So this tutorial might be a little bit long. I apologize, you guys, if it's too long for you. Let's go ahead and speed it up. And just want to, a couple of times I've done a few projects and just sped through and just put music on, and it seems like you guys didn't really like that, so I'm just trying to make sure that I do it the way you guys like it. There we are. So this is quite messy, but like I said, it'll still be really cute, I think. There we are, and let me do another one here. So anyway, I recommend if you're going to go to Hobby Lobby and get this, go a couple of times and use your 40% off coupon. So when you get this, this is like the $12.99. Go there, and I used a 40% off coupon for this. And then I did again, I went again and got the couple other things you'll see. And so just do it, if you do it like that, then it's not so expensive. And anyway, I think it works better. So now I'm coming to the end here, so I'm just measuring this last little bit. Here we are. And I'm just going to go right back in. So here's my first, hopefully you guys can see this. Here's my first one where I started it. Let's see how I had the extra bit here. So I'm just going to go right back to this and making sure this doesn't fall out. I opened it back up, and I'm just going to put this in the same spot there is where I put that the first little section. And then I'm going to give it a couple twists again. Okay, and then now, because I've gone all the way around the outside of the wreath, I'm ready to do the inside. And of course it's going to look thin like this just until now. It's okay, guys, that's how it's supposed to look, because we're going to be adding a lot more ribbon. So I'm going to go to the inner ring now here, if you guys can see this here. And all I'm doing is just taking this from where I tied it off here. And I'm going to move it right over to this section in the inner part here. I'm just bringing it down and tying this in. Let me see, I think I like it better from behind, so. No, actually, I want to put it on the front because I want to use all the ribbon, make sure everybody can see it all. I think this is really pretty. Okay, so there we go. So I'm just taking it down to this inner ring here, giving it a little space, and I'm just twisting this to hold it in space, in its spot. Make sure I have that right. There we go. I'm just going to give it a couple twists, and we'll come back to that. Then I'm going to do exactly the same thing on the inner ring that I did on the outer ring. So I'm just going to do that 14 inches again. I'm just going to put these up so I can see where my next spot is. So again, I just measure from my start point here. And then there's my 12 inches. So then I'm going to the edge of the 12 inches, which is right there. I'm just adding an additional 2. If you guys have a 14-inch ruler, by all means use that. So there we go, and there's my 14. So I have that pinched, and then I'm just going to my next little section, and I am putting it down there, and I'm just doing a couple little twists. That's all I'm doing. And do this again. And I have made these wreaths because I think they're so pretty. I've made these for pretty much everything, any kind of season. I just think they're gorgeous, so I really enjoy them. So, and you can do these with all different colors, all different designs, whatever you guys want. So there we go. I'm going to the next one. I'm just kind of pulling these up because because it's getting a little full and I'm down with the camera. I can't see exactly, but you guys shouldn't have that problem if you're overhead working. It should be just fine for you guys. I'm back at it. Sorry guys, I had to pause for a second there. I had an interruption. Okay, here we go. I'm just going back to it. Anyway, like I said before, I think I've told you, I made these wreaths for everything. So I just love them. I think they're really pretty and they're so easy. So, my opinion anyway, of course. I think once you guys do this once, you'll think it's pretty easy too. And you're only limited by your imagination on these because they're really super fun and easy. So you, like I said, you only need one of these wreaths. You only need one. I mean, one of the ribbon rolls. So I had some lady was there and asking me. I get a lot of people that walk up to me and just ask me a bunch of questions. I think it's kind of cute. And she said, "Are you sure you only need one, honey? I think you might need two." And I'm like, "No, I just need one." So all you need is one. If you want, I guess if you wanted it to be extra poofy, I don't even know if it would fit in here, but if you wanted to be extra poofy, you could do that. Okay. I think I was supposed to start down here because you can see how they have the two. But I never noticed that before in any of my other wreaths. So I didn't do it. And I think it's better to start on the outside, so that's my opinion. Okay, so I'm just going to go. I'm almost down to the end here, which is fine. You want to use it all. Let me see here. Let me go back to my little measuring tool. And you, like I said, you do not want to cut the ribbon to these lengths. So don't do that. You want it to be one long continuous ribbon. So just make sure that you do it the way I'm showing you guys, and you will have success. Oops, don't want to snag it. This is kind of thin ribbon, but I wanted this one because, like I said, it just, I don't know, reminds me of Nightmare Before Christmas. So, and I know one of my subscribers on here, and I've actually I've subscribed to her channel too. She loves Nightmare Before Christmas as well, so I'm hoping that she likes the idea. Okay, so I'm just getting to the end here. Okay, I'm getting down here to the last little few poofs here. Right, I already got that one yet. I did. I don't need that one yet. Okay, so I'm going to go right back to the first one here where I crossed over. I got my pinch here, and I'm just going to open this one up again like I did on the other side, and then put this in here, and then I'm going to twist that again. And then when you cut this off, you guys want to make sure that you leave about 4 or 5 inches of a tail here. So that's what I'm going to do. And then you should have a little bit left over. If you guys can see here, I have a little, just a little left over. So, and you can make this, I'm actually using pretty thin fabric, if you can see that. But you can make it another length. If you want it to be another length, you're welcome to add another layer. It's up to you. But see, like I said, you really only need the one roll. I wasn't fibbing. So I'm just going to adjust some of these poofs for right now, kind of make it look kind of cute as we go along, how I want them to be before I do the next step. So let me just kind of get this going, make sure these look really cute. It's just up to your taste and what you guys like. So I like them to be kind of poofy and full. There we go, that's better. So that's what I'm doing, just kind of making them look kind of cute. I want the shinier side. This one has a shinier side and a duller side, and I want the shinier side to be up. You can see this is kind of the dull side, and then that's the shiny side there. So I'm just moving it how I want it. I think this looks really cute. So far, so good. I'm just going to leave this tail out here for now, and we'll fix that later, so don't you guys worry about that. I'm actually going to put it inside the wreath for now, just so it's down. Okay, it's going to go along, continue here. I promise you this is going to look really good, and you're going to be really impressed with yourself. Okay, let me make sure this is looking pretty. Nope, that's the outside. So that's it. I mean, can you see how pretty and full this already looks? And we're going to be adding quite a bit more to it, so that's why don't do any longer than 14 inches. But I feel like if you do less than 14 inches, it's just kind of looks, I don't know, not full enough. I don't know. So I think this is just like that magic number. Okay, so that looks good enough for me for right now. So I'm just going to move this to the side so I can go to the next section. Oh my workspace is covered with the glitter here. Let me kind of dust off some of this. There we are. Okay, there we go. I I really do like these calendars. I got this at Target, and I like this to just kind of protect my desk as I'm doing any kind of crafting. And they also sell these like little mats that I've used as well. So anything like that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab some of this other Halloween ribbon. And for me, I think Halloween is purple and black and silver. And those are like, and I love orange more for fall and for autumn. So I'm going to use purple as going to be my accent color in this. But you could definitely use, you could definitely use orange, or you could even use like a burlap fabric, or, a black and white striped. I have some black and white I'm going to throw in too into this, you'll see. But I want this to be my accent color, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and I'm going to cut strips of about 14, I think I want 14 inches again, lengthwise, this wise, and I'll show you guys. Just let me get it ready 1 second. Okay, so I've gone ahead and cut off the outside. So you want to go long ways, and all I've done is at the bottom of this, I don't know if you can see it, I've lightly marked the 14 inches so I know how far to cut. And you want to cut one of these for each little twisty that you have on your wreath, and I think I counted about 16 for me. So I'm gonna cut about 16 of them. So actually I'll do it this way so you guys can see. So like I said, I just measured on mine, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut, and I just take it and cut just straight across like this. And make sure you don't use your good scissors. If you have good scissors and crafting scissors, you use the crafty ones. So there's one. I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing all this until I have 16 that I want. So, and these are just, you want them to be about the same size as the poofs, which is why you're doing 14 inches as well. That's 2. So that's all I'm going to do. So I'm just going to try to speed this video up so it's not too long for you all. So I'm just going to pause it here and go ahead and cut out the rest. So you guys can pause it too if you're following along with me, and then just cut out. And I believe it was 16. So however many little twists there are on your wreath is what you need. Okay, so I'm going to pause this and I'll be right back as soon as I cut these all. Okay, you should have quite a lot left still. So you won't use that whole roll, but you should have quite a bit left. So what I'm going to show you now is what you're going to do is you're going to take one of the sections. Let me move my wreath over here. I have a smaller workspace for recording, but so you're just going to open this up long ways like this. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing. And I'm just going right in the middle, and I'm just kind of gathering it as if I was going to go ahead and do like a ribbon or something, just like that. If you can see how I did that. And I'm going to put these in each one of the little twists. So when I go to open this, and it doesn't matter where you start because they're all going to be the same, you're just going to go back to a twist, and you're going to open it back up and very carefully hold your finger there to hold that in, and then you're just going to stick this in there, and you're going to give it a twist. Another couple twists. I like to get it a couple, pull it kind of taut, and see how cute that looks. That looks a little color, and I think it looks really cute. So we're just going to do that. Keep going with all of these. Again, so you just open it up, and then just right in the middle here, you just kind of gather it together. And if you have someone helping you, it's even better. So if you decide to do this with somebody, it goes way faster. You guys can make one wreath and then go ahead and make another one. You can each have one. And that makes it fun too. So I'm just putting this right in the middle. Ah! Okay, there we are. And this is a plastic or something, but it's nice for outside because then you don't have to worry about the weather affecting your wreath or anything. And of course this is going to get a little smushed. Don't worry about that. You'll readjust it as you go. So let me get the next section. If you guys can see, it's super easy for this part. I'm just super easy. Let me open this one here. I'm going to stick this one inside here and give it a couple twists again. And I'm just starting on the outside and then working my way into the inside. You guys can do the inside first if you want to. I don't really think it matters. Here's 2 on this one, so let's see how accurately I counted them. I might have counted off. It was a little odd with one of the twists there. So let me see. Is this? Yeah. That's a twist. Let me open that one up and stick this in here. I really do like this purple and black. I think it's so pretty. There we are. Let me see how many. I should have 2 left according to my counting. I could be off, but. And these things get so big, so you really do not need a very big of a frame, because I promise you guys, it gets so poofy that you will not need a big one. There. You're just going to keep opening these up for everything that you're putting into it. So, you know, you don't. I just twisted a couple times to hold it. There we are. I did count correctly. One more. Perfect. Then I'll show you guys the next step. And of course, you could be done here if you wanted. You definitely could. I'm just, you know, going to make this a little bit bigger. And of course, I'm going to add some of my, I don't know if you guys saw me haul, but I hauled some Jack Skellington heads, and those are definitely going in here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can even see, but it is big and beautiful. And of course, we will keep arranging as we go, so that I feel like I might have let one of these poofs out. That happens. I'm not too worried about it. I'll fix it as I go. Okay, just making sure that the black is showing still through there. And then I'm going to get the next ribbon. Okay, let me move this over so I can show you what I'm doing next. Go to the next part. I'm going to move this again. Sorry, got a lot of glitter on here. There we are. Okay, you want a couple of different sizes of ribbon just for depth in your wreath. So I have this one here. These are all Dollar Tree ribbons that I got. So this is a black and white ribbon, and this one has beautiful little spiders. So I definitely want to use this, and I hope I have enough of this. I'm not sure that I will, but I'm going to try. And then I have a couple of these, and these are so cute with the purple with the black. But I really do think I want to add a different color just because I already have so much purple. So even though I wasn't going to do this, I am going to now. I'm going to add in some orange. If I don't like it, I'll take it out. But I have like this. This kind of reminds me of like a Harley Quinn from Batman. Or we have this one here. Let's see, is also orange with the black on the edges. So those are really cute. So I'm thinking, what do I want to use? Kind of like this one here. So I'm going to try that one and see how it goes with this. So what you want to do then is these are going to be layered. Okay, so I might actually not want to layer this one and use this for the next time, but you're going to layer these like so. If you can see that. I think that will look okay. So you want to cut these 24 inches, and you want to have half of the twist. So we did 16 for the other, so we only want 8. So we want 8 of these is what you're going to want. And you can cut them together or separate, but I'm just going to go ahead and cut them together. So you want, like I said, so I have this measured is 20, I think it was 22 inches. Let me count again. I have a little measuring tape here that I keep on hand. This is 22, so I want to go just a couple more inches past that. I'm going to put a little piece of tape here so I know where. If I can find one. I'll just use my little Post-it note. That's what I'll do. Okay, perfect. Okay, so you want to cut these at 24 inches. So you're just gonna, I'm layering them together just to make it one less cut group. And so we want 8 of them. I'm just gonna go all the way across where I want to be cut, and I'm gonna just cut it. There we are. So there's one. I'm gonna do another one here. Let that fall on the floor. I think it's easier when they're on the floor, but I may not have enough of this orange. I don't, darn it. So I'm just gonna have to add a couple of these in, and then I'll have to add a couple more something else. But I really do like this orange, and I think it looks really cute, so I'm gonna use it. So there's 2. I think I might be able to get 3 out of that orange. I used this in pocket letters, and I went back to the Dollar Tree to get more of it, and they didn't have any more. So let's see how many inches this is. Yes, I can get 3. This is another 20. So let me get another one of these, and I'll just cut it again. So I've got that's okay. I'm probably just going to go ahead and grab this other orange then, because I want the different, that color to be added to it. I think it will kind of help. That's a lot of purple in there. So, let's see. So that's 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. And I honestly don't think I have enough of this spider ribbon either, so I'm going to throw in just the black and white. You just go with what you got. So that makes 4 cuts. Grab my wreath again to show you guys the next part. So what you're going to do is take one of your larger ribbons and then layer it like I was showing you with the thinner ribbon on top. And then you want to take about 6 inches. Where's my ruler? I swear it was just here. Did I lose it? Okay, so you want to take about 6 inches, which is, I'm just estimating, which is about right here. And then you're going to want to open a poof, and you're going to want to tie it into that level right there. So this will stick up. You want this part to stick up. So I'm just going to go ahead and untie one right here. And I'm actually going to do this part a little bit different just because I don't have the same ribbon. If you had the same ribbon for everywhere, then you can do it exactly the same as you did the other ones. But then you're going to go down to the end, and you're going to do the same, about 6 inches, which I'm estimating is right here. I'm going to flip this up, and I'm going to tie this into the next twist, which is right here, it looks like. Let me put that there. Okay. So then I'm just going to open it up and stick this in. And I just want that part to stick up. So just make sure that when you put it in here, that you still have a part sticking up. Okay. There we go. Just like so. You guys see that? And you guys can adjust it as we go, or you can wait till the end. I usually wait till the end. So I'm just going to go sporadically. So I'm going to do one of the striped, and then I'm going to throw in one of the spiders. So again, about 6 inches, which, you know, if you're estimating, it's about like that much right there. And then I'm just going to go to the next little poof here. So you're just going to find it on the, which looks to be right here. And you're just going to open that up. Gets a little more challenging, like I said, as you as this gets fuller. And I think that pop of orange in there looks just fine, so I think I'm gonna like it. So then I'm gonna go to the end again. I'm just gonna pull this all the way out to the end, and then take about 6 inches for that, and then pop that up. I'm gonna go to the next. Where is it? So it's there, right here. Looks like. And it's nice, actually. I should just look for the purple, because every purple is where the twist is, so that I don't have to look for the black. Makes it a little easier to see. And then I'm going to put that back down there and twist it again. And there we are. You guys can see how cute that looks. And then I'm going to move to the next section, and I'm going to do it again. And I'm just going to take a striped one this time. So, like I said, I'm trying to layer these. So I'm just going to do about 6 inches, which I'm just estimating, which is about there. I know the other times I measured, this time I didn't, but it's okay. I've been doing this enough that I get it. You just really want it to stick up, because it just really does look pretty that way, guys. And you see, this is Dollar Tree ribbon, guys. Dollar Tree. That's why I go crazy when I see really cute ribbon there, because I know the things that you can make with it and how expensive it is, you know, normally. So I'm just going to take it again and go all the way to the edge here and do about 6 inches, which is about right around there. And I'm going to go to the next little purple, untwist. Come on, friend, and stick it in there. And twist it up again, tie it again. I'm excited to see how this looks at the end. And I love these with the black because they blend right in, so it looks great. Looks like they're supposed to be there. Okay, and then I'm going to use another one of the spider because, yeah. Wait, let me see. I have 1, 2, 3 more spiders and 1 more. That okay. So I'm going to use one of these, I think. Wait, I just used one of those, so I'm going to use another one of, kind of just layering because I don't have the same ribbon. It makes it a little more challenging, but that's okay. So I'm just going to go down here and open this up again. And you guys, I think you guys are getting the idea. This really is easy, and you can make anything. And I'm going to make a fall one, and I will be making a Christmas one as well. The Christmas one will have lights, so that might be fun for you guys. And then I'm going to take the end again and go back to where we started here. Should be back there. Go back to my 6 inches, and then just tuck this back in with where we started. Should be back where we were. Are we? I have this extra one here, so I'm actually probably going to put some in there maybe. Should I? No, I won't. I'm just going to go back to where I started like I was saying. Open that up and stick it in there with the other part. Just make sure that, you know, that part stays really cute. And then I'm going to put that down there and go to the outer edge. So there we go. You guys can see. And I just like that on top of it like that. I think it looks really pretty. Just want to make sure I can see the spider still. And then there's my little sticky up part. Right, that is right. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the outer side. So I'm going to just try to alternate again because I have the different ribbon. So really, like I said, there's really no rhyme or reason. You can do it however you want. I'm just doing it this way because it's what I have. So, okay, I'm going to go to this spider. And there's a spider here, so I'm going to try to put the other spider ribbon. Let's see, hopefully you guys can see. This is getting huge. Anyway, so I'm going to put the other spider ribbon here. So just the 6 inches like we did before. Stick it in there. And then I'm just going to tie this, do the same thing. Just take a little bit of this end here. So I'm going to make my little loop, my little hoop. I'm going to kind of go and get this into with this one. And just the end bit there. You don't want much because you want the hoop, the poof. So I'm just going to open this up and put that in. There we are. Oh my gosh, this is looking so great. I love it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this, and you guys can see how full and beautiful this is looking. It truly is. You guys will be so impressed with yourselves after making this. I just think they're great. Okay. There we go. Some of that spider web, making sure it's showing. Oops, it's inside out. So just be careful when you're twisting this in if you have directional fabric that it's showing the way you want it to show. So that is really pretty. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is get I have a couple more things I want to add to it. So let me grab them. I'll be right back. I totally forgot that I had this this Jack Skellington ribbon. You guys can see that there, and I definitely want to use this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut some 12-inch strips, and then just pinch them and tie them in. So I want them to be sticking up, and I just need one for per twist. And I just put the 2 ends together to make it easier to cut, you know, at one time. So you don't have to do multiple cuts. That's 6. One more. That's 8 cuts, and which means 16. There we are. Okay, I have this beautiful ribbon. Isn't that pretty, you guys? Anyway, so I'm just going to go ahead and open I'll show you guys what to do. Normally I would do this with a little bit wider ribbon, but this is the ribbon I want to use because this is what the whole wreath is about. So what you're going to do, where did I put the other one now? I moved it somewhere. Normally you would just take it and you'd pinch it right in the middle, and then what you would do is open up. Let me move this out of the way, sorry. Let's see, you would open up the twist and just stick it in there. But you know, this is little, so it's kind of harder. Okay, this is going to be the last ribbon that we put in here though. So now you want to give it a good twist, like 4 or 5 times, really good, so that it doesn't come undone. It's the last time we're going to be opening it with for ribbon. Anything else we put into it will be gluing. So I'm just going to work my way around the outside first, and then I'll go into the inside. And so like I said, it doesn't really matter because this is a smaller ribbon than you would normally use, but you know, just make it look as pretty as you can. But this is definitely one I want to keep in here because I love the little Jack, the Pumpkin King. You know, the heads in here. It's the whole reason I wanted to do this wreath for my boys. They get a kick out of it. It's so funny for boys, and you think sometimes they just don't really care. Oh, they care. This one looks a little small, but and they're cute. I think they get a kick of Halloween because it's like one of those holidays that boys actually can have fun with, you know? I don't know. I think sometimes they think that, even though it's not true, they think Christmas and all those other holidays are for women. There we are. I'm trying to like fix this as I go as well to how I want it to be. And I really I want to make sure that my beautiful cobweb shows. Okay, so I'm going to open up this one, do another one here. And that's why these wreaths that have these little twists on them already are just perfect for you. And see, when they stick up, they just look like part of that wreath. Like they're meant to be that way. It's, you know, part of the design, I mean. So I just love them. Okay, so here's another one. Did I tie one in here? Oh, I didn't. There's where the other one was supposed to go. I knew I had one missing somewhere. There, I love that little pop of Jack on there, so I think that looks really cute. Okay, this is, I think, turning out great. So now all that we're going to do is add any embellishments that we want, and then we're done. So you could really just have, it could be done here if this is all you wanted to do and just wanted a wreath, or you could add some embellishments and another bigger ribbon. So what I have are got some black, like little berries and glittery, and then I also have some of these here. So you guys see that? So I have those, and as well as I have my Jack, the Pumpkin King heads that I had. So I'm just going to open these up, and I'm going to try to attach these with some of the other pieces because they have a little, well, let me show you guys. Now, they have a little hook on here. I think these are meant to be Christmas ornaments, but I'm going to hang them off, obviously, from this. So I'm going to try to attach some of these to, you know, put them on the stems here. Okay guys, at this point you do need to pick a top and a bottom if you're doing anything like this. So I chose this one as the top, and I'm just going to work my way around and put a few of these little Jack pumpkin heads in there. I think they look really cute. So I'm just picking different pieces and sticking them in there. So right now I'm really enjoying these black leaves. So I just have some wire cutters, and I'm just cutting off the bottom here. Just trying to show you guys what I'm doing. These are not the best wire cutters, so they're taking me a little longer. Okay, I'll grab my Jack heads and I'll show you. My kids were really excited when they saw these Jack heads come in the mail. So, okay, so I didn't find, I don't have any zip ties or anything like that. So what I do have are these great pipe cleaners from the Dollar Tree. So I have some orange ones here. So I've just stuck Jack's head on here in case you guys want to get these. And these are these Jack heads were on Amazon, so I'll link it below for you guys in case you want to get some. And then I'm just finding spots here and there. So I have I only have what, 6, what, 2, 4, 6, yeah, 6 of them. So that just means I've kind of got to be picky where I put them, make sure that they get all over the wreath. Is kind of where I want them. So let me just show you how I'm attaching these. So I'm just kind of going in. Okay, I think one would look good here. So I'm going to put it through there. I'm going to stick it through to the back. Just making sure that however this is going to lay is going to look good. So make sure I don't mess up any of the other wreaths. any of the ribbons. And I'm just going to pull that taunt down. Just going to move so that my jack head, so I care more about my jack head than anything. Let's see. I want him to stand out like that. See how he kind of sits in there like that? So then I'm going to flip this over, and I'm holding it on the back as I do this. And then I have this, I'm holding this on the back right here. And then I have my pipe cleaner. And I'm just going to twist it around right where I know I want that head. So, and you guys can put a little hot glue on this if you feel like that's going to move around on you. You can do whatever you want. A zip tie would probably, like I said, would be more secure, but because I don't have one, I'm just making do with what I have. So I'm just going to wrapping this around just so that that stays secure in that location where I want it. I don't foresee this moving, but you know, you guys could do whatever you wanted with this. And you could either, I'm just going to give a little knot here. There we are. Do another one just to make sure that that's how I want it. And there we go. And then as I flip this over, try not to make you guys sick. Here we are. And you can see, and then you can arrange this as it goes on your door how you want it. But I just want to put a few of these on around, so I'm just going to keep going just like I did. And I really am liking the pops of this. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do all the jacks on those. And then I will add any purple that I want after that. I have another little jack here. And I do believe too much is too much sometimes, so I will just be, you know, not be doing, I don't know if I'll do all of them, but we'll see. So I think I could use another one here. Let's see if I could go through there. Will it? There we are. And I just wanted to sit in there really cute like that. So that's where I want it. So I'm going to flip this over again. Oops. So I have it right where I want it again. And then I'm just going to put this pipe cleaner around it. Kind of hold that in place just how I want it. And I will be doing another giveaway, guys, once I hit 2,000 subscribers, which I seem to be climbing rather quickly, so I'm super excited. And I'm thinking I might make another wreath similar to this and give that away. So if any of you guys are, if you think that's a good idea, let me know. I really don't, these, like I said, these really don't move, at least in my experience. So I'm not too worried about adding glue or anything like that. I think it's going to be just fine the way it is. Let me move this around again. So there you go. You can see how I have those. And of course right now it's laying flat. So but when it's on the door, I can move it around and kind of move it how I want it. So I'm not too worried about that right now. Okay, let me cut a few. Oh, there we go. One more. Put my berries up there. I'm just sliding the jack onto this. This does have a little bit of wire in it, so that's why I'm able to kind of give it a little bit of dimension. Something's up with Jack. Oh, sorry guys, I tend to just go off into singing. Don't realize I'm doing it sometimes. Okay, so I'm holding it on the back again. I mean, I just think these just add something to it. I just really like it. So, whoops. I'm just holding it where I want it, again, back here. And then I've got another pipe cleaner. I mean, pipe cleaners are just awesome. And since this is a little bit of wire to it, I am just kind of bending it. Whoops. I'm not used to doing these, so, you know, without so much space. So hope you guys can see okay and everything. I'm just twisting. Move it. Just twisting around that, and then I'm just kind of wrapping it around just like I did the other ones. If you had, I don't have any black, I wouldn't have used it. I just have this orange. So it's okay, since there's a little orange in the wreath, if you can see through, which I don't even think you will, it won't look bad. So here we are. A little bit more. Come on. Seriously, you guys can just make this with anything. I hope that you guys are seeing this. Okay. Let me move this again. Oops. You can see that, like I'm saying, it just looks so cute with those little pops of Jack in there. At least I think it does. So I'm going to keep going. I have 2, 3, 4. So I have 2 more. I kind of want to use them all just because look how darn cute. But I don't know where I would put a 6th one. So maybe I'll have to stick that in the bow or something. If I even need a bow in this, I don't even know if I do. So let me see. This is so much. Okay, there we are. So as you can see, that was so simple. And then when it's on the door, again, I will probably rearrange however I want it to go. But I wish you guys could see better, but let's see if I can just kind of raise this a bit to show you guys more. That's probably as good as I'm going to get it. So now I don't even know if I really need anything else, but I thought these would be this little pop, and it might be too much. I'm just going to cut one off and just see what I think. Sometimes less is more, but sometimes more is more. Maybe a little that in there, maybe it might give it a little something. I don't know. Let's see if I want to put any of these in there. So I think I'm going to call it good. I have a bow that I was thinking about using. I got this bow from the Dollar Tree and I thought it was so great, and it's nice for outside. It's what is it? Well, it's plastic. So let me untwist this and just see if it even will go well. If it's too much, I'll just not include it. And I don't have any ribbon that I want to add that will match this. I needed to get some wire ribbon that was a Nightmare Before Christmas, but I don't have any. So let's see what I can do with this. And I really think maybe it could use a little bow if I just did one in the offset area right here. So I don't want to cover up my jack heads. So as long as I don't cover up my jack heads, we're good. I honestly don't think it needs a bow, so I may not even use it. So you guys, I think that is it for now. I might add a couple more things here and there, but really I don't want to do too much. I really want it to be about Jack Skellington, and you know, that's what I want it to be. That's why I really wanted the purple, because I think purple is really great for Nightmare Before Christmas. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and that I showed you guys how easy it is to do this. It really is. It just takes a little bit of time and creativity, and you're only limited by your imagination, truly. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I hope you're having a great day. Bye.